9:07 is the time right now. It's a disappointing morning for the Terps and their fans. Not only were the Maryland men eliminated last night, but WUSA 9 Sports is reporting head coach Kevin Willard, he could be heading to Villanova to talk more about, what's going on in the world of basketball. We've got former Georgetown point guard Chris Wright. Chris Wright, good morning to you. Good to talk to you.
Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning?
We're doing great. So look, let's talk about what's going on. First of all, the Maryland game last night. I mean, not really a surprise that #1 Florida beat them. What's your take on what happened for the actual game?
Well, for the players there, that's a tall order for them, just for the simple fact that there's a lot of news and speculation on what's going to happen with their coach going into next season and going into, what their future holds. So for me as a player, I can see how that can be a little distracting when you have to deal with all the media attention that comes with what's going to happen with my coach, what's going to happen here, this, that, and third. I think the guys played well. I think Florida is a really good team, a strong team. The biggest difference for me was, the Terps got out rebounded 42-20. And, they allowed 15 offensive rebounds. So that just shows the desire and the will of the Florida Gators to want to go out there and put their imprint on the game. The game is won in the trenches. As I expected, I believe, Derek Queen and Julian Reese, they played a phenomenal game. But the managing of the ball, the time of possession was all in the favor of Florida. And they came out and they executed. And second half, they took the game and, stretched it out to a major lead. So you got to tip your hats to a team that's just playing better than you at this time period. And Maryland had a great season. So it's nothing really to hang your hats about.
Right. All right. They had a great season. They just came up against a bigger, faster team and a team with no distractions. Now, real quick, I'm going to ask you this. I know you're a Georgetown guy, but let's pretend you're in charge at Maryland and the coach does leave. Derek Queen's going to the NBA. What do you do next? Who do you go after? Give me two names. I don't know. Just give me two random names that you would go after if you, Chris Wright, were in charge.
If I was in charge, I would put Chris Wright in charge of the
That's number one. Number one. Okay, that's
Maryland
number one.
Basketball, I would first myself. And then I don't know. I think Maryland is such a coveted job now, and it's turned into many different phases. You're playing in the Big Ten, so you really can recruit nationally. You can recruit all the way to California and all the way, on this side, because you're able to touch all those boundaries. I think it's important that they get somebody that's local, that knows the area, that has strong ties to the AAU circuit here, and is well respected in the community. Me personally, I think Dwayne Simpkins, a former player at University of Maryland, who just had a great run with American University, would be a great candidate. I think he checks all the boxes on what you want in terms of a leader, a strong head coach, and overall just a person that can connect the city and connect people and connect the program. So I really like Dwayne Simpkins because I think it's his time. There are other names like Mike Jones over at Old Dominion, who I think would be another great fit. But I think it just needs a little bit more winning. Tony Skinn is a formidable name that could be good for that position as well. These are all local guys that have done tremendous things in this area. And I think it'll be great to see someone locally get that position because we have more than enough coaches, more than enough experts in this area that can get that job and make, Maryland a powerhouse.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time. We know who #1 is. #1.
Oh, boys, baby, we bleeding blue over here.
Chris Wright, hey, thank you very much for your expertise and your take on what's going on with the Terps, even though you're a Georgetown Hoya. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate
you. All right, let's check in with Chick Hernandez now.